Have you ever been told that sex is something only the young enjoy? What if I told you that after 60, your love life can become even more fulfilling than before? Many seniors believe myths like, "I'm too old, it's not safe," or "my partner won't understand." But the truth is, sex, after 60, is not only possible, it's healthy, meaningful, and deeply rewarding. In this video, we're breaking down 4 of the biggest misconceptions holding older adults back from living their most intimate lives. Have you ever felt unsure about your changing relationship or your own desires as you age? You're not alone, and it's time to learn what's really true. Sex after 64 myths you need to stop believing and what's actually true. Elderly health. Hello, and welcome back. If you're watching this, you're probably someone who's thinking about how to stay connected with your partner as you grow older, or maybe you're just curious about what's normal or healthy for your age. Either way, you're in the right place. Let me start by asking you a question. Have you ever felt like your love life is something that belongs to a different chapter of your life? That once you hit a certain age, intimacy becomes less important, or even unnecessary? I know it might feel that way sometimes. Society often sends us messages that sex is only for the young. That after 60, our bodies aren't built for passion anymore. But here's the truth, those are myths, and they're holding many seniors back from living their best lives. In this video, we're going to talk about 4 common myths around sex after 60. We'll uncover the facts behind each one, and give you practical advice on how to keep your relationship strong and fulfilling no matter your age. By the end, you'll understand why staying sexually active can actually be good for your health, your happiness, and your overall well-being. Let's start with the first myth. After 60, I'm not interested in sex anymore. This is something many people say without really questioning it. Maybe you've heard it from friends or read it somewhere. The idea seems to be that as we get older, our sexual drive naturally fades away. But let me tell you something, this isn't true for everyone. And it certainly doesn't have to be true for you. The reality is, while some people do experience a decrease in libido as they age, others find that their interest in sex increases. Why? Because when you reach a stage in life where you're more comfortable in your own skin, more secure in your relationship, and less concerned with performance, sex can become more about connection than pressure. So if you've been feeling disinterested lately, ask yourself, is it really because you're too old, or is there something else going on? Could it be stress, medication, or even a lack of communication with your partner? Now, let's move on to the second myth. It's not safe to be intimate at my age. I can see where this comes from. As we get older, our bodies change. Arthritis, heart conditions, and other health issues can make physical activity more challenging. It's natural to worry about whether sex could cause harm. But again, this is a misunderstanding. Sex is a form of exercise, yes, but it's gentle and low-impact. In fact, studies have shown that regular sexual activity can improve heart health, boost your immune system, and even help with sleep. Of course, if you have specific medical concerns, it's always a good idea to talk to your doctor. But for most seniors, being intimate is not only safe, it's beneficial. What matters most is communication with your partner. If pain or discomfort arises, don't ignore it, talk about it. Adjust positions, use lubrication, take breaks, whatever helps you both feel comfortable. Remember, the goal is pleasure and connection, not endurance or speed. Now that we've covered these 2 myths, let's tackle the third one. If I'm not having sex regularly, I must be doing something wrong. This is a dangerous thought to carry around, especially when you're already dealing with changes in your body and lifestyle. Many seniors feel guilty or embarrassed if their sex life isn't as frequent as it used to be. But here's the thing, there's no set number of times you should be intimate to be considered normal. Every relationship is different, and every person has unique needs and rhythms. Some couples may go weeks without being intimate and still feel deeply connected. Others may enjoy daily closeness. Neither is better or worse. What matters is that you and your partner are both satisfied with the level of intimacy you share. If you're worried about it, open up the conversation. Ask each other what you need. what feels good, and what makes you feel loved. Finally, let's address the fourth myth. People won't understand if I talk about sex at my age. I want you to think about this carefully. Why do we feel like we need to hide or downplay our sexuality as we age? Is it because society tells us that older adults aren't supposed to be sexy? That we should be invisible, quiet, and uninterested in anything but grandchildren and gardening? That's exactly the kind of message we need to stop believing. You are still a sexual being. You deserve to explore your desires, express your needs, and enjoy intimacy in ways that feel right for you. Whether you're married, in a new relationship, or simply enjoying your own company, your sexuality is valid and valuable. So what can you do to keep your sex life healthy and fulfilling after 60? First, embrace the idea that it's okay to be interested in sex at any age. Second, communicate openly with your partner. Third, listen to your body and make adjustments as needed. And finally, don't be afraid to seek out information or professional help if you have questions or concerns. As we continue, we'll dive deeper into how to maintain a satisfying sex life, what to expect as your body changes, and how to navigate conversations with your partner about intimacy. But before we move forward, take a moment to reflect on which of these myths resonated with you the most. Was it the idea that you're too old, that it's unsafe, or maybe the fear of judgment? Whatever it is, remember this: you're not alone. Millions of seniors are rediscovering the joy of intimacy later in life, and you can too. All it takes is a shift in mindset and a willingness to explore what works for you and your partner. Let's keep going. Now that we've cleared up some of the biggest myths surrounding sex after 60s, let's talk about what actually happens as our bodies age and how we can adapt to keep intimacy alive and meaningful. One of the most important things I want you to take away from this is that change doesn't mean loss, it just means evolution. As we get older, our hormones shift. For women, menopause brings a decrease in estrogen, which can lead to changes in vaginal dryness or sensitivity. For men, testosterone levels naturally decline over time, which may affect libido or erectile function. These are normal parts of aging, but they don't have to be barriers to a fulfilling sex life. The key is understanding your body and being proactive about your health. If you're experiencing discomfort during intimacy, there are solutions. Over-the-counter lubricants can make a huge difference for both men and women. For women, hormone therapy, whether in the form of creams, pills, or patches, can help restore balance and comfort. Men might benefit from talking with their doctor about medications or lifestyle adjustments that support sexual function. But here's something else to consider. Intimacy isn't always about penetration or performance. It can also be about touch, closeness, and emotional connection. Holding hands, hugging, kissing, or simply lying together in bed can be deeply satisfying. Sometimes, slowing down and focusing on sensation rather than goal-oriented activity can bring more pleasure and less pressure. Another thing many seniors worry about is how their partner sees them. Do they still find me attractive? Am I too old for them? These thoughts can creep in and start to shape how we feel about ourselves and our relationships. But let me say this: clearly your worth and attractiveness are not tied to youth. You carry wisdom, experience, and confidence that no one else has. Your partner chose to be with you for all of who you are, not just your looks or your energy level when you were younger. If you're feeling insecure, try shifting your focus. Instead of worrying about how you look, think about how you feel. What makes you happy? What brings you joy in your relationship? When you build self-respect and communicate openly with your partner, it strengthens your bond and helps both of you stay connected in a way that feels real and meaningful. Let's also talk about communication. This is where everything starts and ends. Many couples avoid discussing their needs because they're afraid of hurting each other or sounding selfish. But the truth is, good communication is the foundation of any healthy relationship, especially when it comes to intimacy. Start by creating a safe space where both of you can express what you want and what you need without judgment. Use I statements. Instead of blaming or accusing, For example, instead of saying, "You never want to be intimate anymore," try saying, "I miss feeling close to you. Is there something we can do to reconnect?" Also, remember that it's okay to ask questions. If you're unsure about something, speak up. If you're curious about new ways to connect, share your thoughts. And if you're struggling with pain or discomfort, don't suffer in silence. Talk to your doctor or a therapist who specializes in sexual health. There are resources out there, and you deserve to feel comfortable and confident in your own skin. One last thing I want to mention before we move forward is the role of mental and emotional health in your sex life. Stress, anxiety, depression, and loneliness can all impact your desire and satisfaction. That's why it's so important to take care of your overall well-being. Make time for activities that bring you joy and peace. Whether it's gardening, reading, walking, or spending time with friends. Nurturing your mind and spirit will positively influence your physical and emotional connection with your partner. When you feel good inside, it shows in every part of your life, including your love life. So, as we continue this conversation, I want you to carry with you the understanding that sex after 60 is not only possible, but also incredibly valuable. It's about staying connected, exploring new ways to enjoy intimacy, and embracing the beauty of your evolving relationship. You don't have to conform to outdated ideas about aging and sexuality. You have the power to redefine what works best for you and your partner. In the next section, we'll explore practical steps you can take to improve your sexual health and maintain a fulfilling relationship at any age. We'll discuss the importance of regular checkups, how to approach conversations with your doctor, and even some simple lifestyle changes that can boost your confidence and vitality. So stay with me, we're just getting started on what could be the most rewarding chapter of your love life yet. Let's talk about how to take practical steps toward a healthier, more satisfying sex life after 60. It all starts with understanding that your sexual health is part of your overall well-being, just like your heart, your muscles, or your mental clarity. And just as you would maintain your physical health through diet and exercise, you can nurture your sexual health through communication, self-care, and education. First off, let's address the importance of regular medical checkups. Many people don't realize that talking openly with your doctor about your sex life isn't only okay, it's encouraged. In fact, it's one of the best ways to identify potential issues before they become bigger problems. If you're experiencing pain, low desire, or difficulty achieving satisfaction, don't be shy to bring it up. Your doctor is there to help, not to judge. When you visit your doctor, make sure to mention any medications you're taking. Some prescriptions, like antidepressants, blood pressure drugs, or even sleep aids can have side effects that affect your libido or ability to feel pleasure. Your doctor may be able to suggest alternatives or recommend treatments that support both your general health and your sexual wellness. Now, let's move on to something that might feel a bit uncomfortable at first, but is incredibly powerful: setting boundaries and expectations with your partner. Every relationship changes over time, and intimacy is no exception. What worked for you when you were younger may not work no end. That's okay. The key is to keep the conversation going. If you've noticed a shift in your connection, don't wait for your partner to bring it up. Be the one to start the conversation. Choose a calm, private moment and say something like, "I'd love to talk about our intimacy. I want us to both feel close and happy." This kind of open dialogue creates space for both of you to share what you need without fear or pressure. You might also find it helpful to explore new ways of being intimate. Remember, intimacy isn't just about sex. It includes emotional closeness, affection, and shared experiences. Sometimes, reconnecting emotionally can reignite physical desire. Try spending more time together, doing things you both enjoy: cooking, walking, or simply talking. These moments build trust and remind you why you fell in love in the first place. Another important step is to stay physically active. Regular exercise improves circulation, boosts energy, and enhances mood, all of which can positively impact your sex life. You don't need to run marathons. Simple activities like yoga, swimming, or daily walks can make a big difference. Exercise also helps manage conditions like diabetes, heart disease, and arthritis, which are known to affect sexual function. Nutrition plays a role too. Eating a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins supports overall health and vitality. Certain foods, like dark chocolate, nuts, berries, and leafy greens, have been shown to improve blood flow and enhance natural hormones associated with desire and satisfaction. While no food is a magic pill, making smart choices can help your body perform better in every way. Let's also touch on the topic of lubrication. As we age, natural lubrication may decrease, especially for women going through menopause. This doesn't mean you can't enjoy intimacy, just means you may need a little extra help. Water-based lubricants are safe, easy to use, and can make a huge difference in comfort and enjoyment. Don't hesitate to try different types until you find one that works best for you. For men, maintaining good prostate health is essential. Conditions like benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, or prostate cancer can affect sexual function. So staying on top of screenings and following your doctor's advice is crucial. There are also exercises, like Kegels, that can help strengthen pelvic floor muscles and improve control and sensation during intimacy. Here's something else. Many seniors overlook mental stimulation. Keeping your brain active through reading, puzzles, learning new skills, or engaging in creative hobbies can boost confidence and reduce stress. When your mind is sharp and engaged, it often translates into a more positive outlook on life, your love life. Finally, remember that patience is key. Adjusting to changes in your body and your relationship takes time. Don't expect everything to happen overnight. Celebrate small victories, whether it's a deeper conversation with your partner, a new routine that brings you joy, or simply feeling more comfortable in your own skin. The bottom line is this: sex after 60 is not only possible, it's an opportunity to deepen your connection, rediscover pleasure, and embrace the beauty of aging with confidence and grace. You deserve to live fully, and that includes enjoying intimacy in ways that feel right for you. As we wrap up this part of our conversation, I want you to leave with the message that you are not alone. Millions of seniors are navigating these same changes and finding new ways to thrive. You have the power to shape your future, to communicate your needs, and to build a love life that brings you happiness at any age. In the next section, we'll go into even more detail about specific strategies for improving sexual health, including lifestyle adjustments, communication techniques, and how to approach difficult conversations with your partner. So if you found this helpful, make sure to stick around, we've got more great tips coming up. Let's take a moment to talk about how you can truly enjoy intimacy at any age. Not just for the sake of it, but because it brings real value to your life. Intimacy, whether physical or emotional, is one of the most powerful tools we have for staying connected, feeling loved, and maintaining a sense of purpose as we grow older. One of the most important things I want you to remember is that your sexuality is lifelong. It doesn't stop at 60, 70, or even 80 in fact. Many people find that after years of building a relationship, they begin to understand each other in ways that make intimacy more fulfilling than ever before. You're not chasing Pashonya. Deepening connection. Now, let's get practical. If you're looking to improve your sexual health, or simply maintain what you already have, here are some daily habits you can start right now. First, stay hydrated. Water plays a key role in overall health, including vaginal lubrication and skin elasticity. Drinking enough water throughout the day helps your body function better, and that includes during intimate moments. Second, keep moving. Exercise isn't just good for your heart, it's also great for your love life. Regular physical activity increases blood flow, which can help with arousal and sensitivity. Even light exercises like stretching, yoga, or walking can make a big difference over time. Third, don't underestimate the power of sleep. Lack of sleep affects everything from mood to energy levels and, yes, even desire. Aim for 7 to 8 hours a night, and try to keep a regular sleep schedule. A well-rested body is a more responsive body. Fourth, take care of your mental health. Anxiety, depression, and stress can all reduce libido and make intimacy feel like something you have to force. If you're struggling emotionally, don't be afraid to reach out for support. Talk to a friend, join a community group, or consider speaking with a counselor who specializes in aging and relationships. Another thing many seniors overlook is self-care. Taking time to pamper yourself, whether it's through a warm bath, a massage, or simply reading a book in peace, helps you reconnect with your own needs and desires. When you feel good about yourself, you naturally become more open to intimacy with others. Also, don't ignore the emotional side of intimacy. Sometimes, the best way to bring back passion is by simply being present with your partner. Turn off the TV, put down your phone, and give each other your full attention. Listen more, talk more, laugh more. These small acts build trust and closeness, which often lead to more satisfying physical connections. If you're in a new relationship later in life, communication is even more important. Many seniors worry about how their partner sees them, especially if there's a significant age gap. But remember, attraction is about more than looks. Confidence, kindness, and shared interests matter just as much, if not more. And finally, never be afraid to ask questions, whether it's about your own body, your partner's preferences, or how to stay healthy. Knowledge is power. Read up on topics related to sexual wellness for seniors, watch educational videos, or attend local workshops. The more you learn, the more confident you'll feel. You might be thinking, but what if my partner and I aren't on the same page? That's okay. Relationships evolve, and so do our needs. The key is to keep the lines of communication open. Don't assume your partner knows what you want, tell them. And don't shut down if they express something you weren't expecting. This is a conversation, not an argument. Let me leave you with this. Sex after 60 is not just about pleasure, it's about connection, respect, and love. It's about finding joy in each other, in touch, in laughter, and in the simple act of being close. You've lived a long and rich life, and your love story doesn't have to end just because you've reached a certain age. So go ahead, explore, communicate, and embrace every chapter of your life with confidence. Because when it comes to intimacy, the best is yet to come. In the next part of this video, we'll look at how to handle common challenges seniors face when it comes to sex and relationships. We'll discuss solutions for pain, low desire, and even how to talk to your doctor about these topics without embarrassment. So if you found this helpful, make sure to stick around. We've got more valuable insights coming up. Until then, take care of yourself, talk to someone you love, and remember, your sexuality is a gift that lasts a lifetime. Let's talk about something that many seniors feel uncomfortable discussing, but is incredibly important. How to address pain or discomfort during intimacy. If you've ever felt frustrated, embarrassed, or even given up on physical closeness because it hurts, I want you to know this is completely normal, and there are real solutions. First, understand that pain during sex doesn't mean you can't enjoy intimacy. It just means your body needs a little extra care and attention. For women, vaginal dryness is one of the most common causes of discomfort. This often happens due to lower estrogen levels after menopause. But the good news is, there are simple ways to manage it. Using lubricants can make a huge difference. Water-based lubricants are safe, easy to use, and help reduce friction. Silicone-based lubes are also an option if you're not sensitive to certain ingredients. Don't be afraid to experiment a bit to find what works best for you. You might also consider using a hormone cream or vaginal moisturizer, which can help restore natural moisture over time. For men, discomfort can come from things like stiffness, sensitivity, or even chronic conditions like prostate issues. In these cases, talking with a doctor is key. There are medications and treatments available that can improve comfort and satisfaction. Sometimes, adjusting positions or taking breaks during intimacy can also help ease tension and pressure. Now, let's address something that comes up a lot: Low desire or lack of interest in sex. This is another issue that many seniors face, and it's often misunderstood. A decrease in libido doesn't always mean something is wrong. It could be a natural shift as your life changes. But if it's causing you concern, don't ignore it. There are several possible reasons for low desire, including stress, fatigue, medication side effects, or emotional factors like loneliness or depression. The first step is to figure out what might be contributing. Are you feeling overwhelmed? Is your relationship going through a rough patch? Are you dealing with health issues? If you're unsure, talk to someone. Start by having an open conversation with your partner. Let them know how you're feeling without placing blame. Then, consider reaching out to a healthcare professional who specializes in sexual health. They can help identify underlying causes and suggest treatments or lifestyle adjustments that may help. Another thing I want to emphasize is the importance of emotional connection. Many people assume that if they're not physically intimate, their relationship is failing. But that's not true. Emotional intimacy, like sharing thoughts, showing affection, and supporting each other, is just as powerful and meaningful. In fact, sometimes when couples focus too much on performance or expectations, they end up feeling more disconnected. Instead, try shifting your focus to presence and connection. Hold hands, give each other hugs, share a quiet moment in bed, or simply talk about your day. These small gestures build trust and remind both of you why you chose to be together. And let's not forget about self-love. As we age, it's easy to put others' needs before our own. But taking time for yourself is essential. Whether it's reading a book, going for a walk, or enjoying a hobby, nurturing your own well-being helps you show up more fully in your relationships. If you're in a new relationship later in life, communication is even more important. Don't assume your partner knows exactly what you need or expect. Be clear about your boundaries, your comfort level, and your desires. And remember, it's okay to say no or take a break if something feels off. One last point: never be afraid to ask for help. Seeking support from a doctor, therapist, or even a trusted friend is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength and self-awareness. You deserve to feel comfortable, confident, and satisfied in your relationships at any age. So whether you're looking to reignite a long-term love, explore a new connection, or simply maintain the intimacy you already have, remember this: your sexuality is valid, valuable, and lifelong. You don't have to conform to outdated ideas about aging and intimacy. You get to define what works best for you, and that includes finding joy, connection, and pleasure in every chapter of your life. In the final part of this video, we'll wrap everything up with a few final thoughts and encouragement to keep moving forward. We'll also go over some practical next steps you can take right away to improve your sexual health and overall well-being. So if you found this helpful, stick around, we've got more great advice coming up. That's it for this video. We've talked about the 4 biggest myths around sex after 60 and uncovered the truth behind them. You now know that intimacy doesn't stop with age. It can become even more meaningful as you grow wiser, more comfortable in your own skin, and more connected to the people you love. We also explored practical ways to keep your sexual health strong, like staying active, eating well, communicating openly, and using tools like lubricants or hormone treatments when needed. Most importantly, we reminded you that emotional closeness is just as important as physical intimacy, and that self-care plays a big role in how you feel about yourself and your relationships. No matter where you are in life, no matter what changes your body or mind may be going through, one thing remains true: you deserve to live fully, to love deeply, and to enjoy the beautiful connection of being intimate at any age. If you found this video helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up and shared it with someone who might benefit from hearing these truths too. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on new content. Designed especially for seniors like you, content that helps you stay healthy, happy, and empowered. Your support means everything. Thank you for watching, and remember, your best years are still ahead of you.